Hey guys, Milo here. Wanted to go over this little FM3 preset that I made. It's kind of like a smaller version of my session preset from the XFX3 because I didn't have enough juice here on the CPU. As you can see, I don't even have a drive block, but I was able to accommodate a couple of things with the control switches in the amp. So I'll show you what this is all about. Basically, I have 4 different amp sounds, and then I'm doing everything around those 4 amp sounds. Now, in this first view over here, which is the main one that I'm using, I have an amp boost, which is going to be kind of like an overdrive pedal. I have a bright switch, which will kind of give me the brighter option in each one of these amps. And then the fat switch is kind of like a mid boost. So it could also be kind of like a thicker low gain overdrive. So let me show you what each amp sounds like. Here's the Dumble ODS. This is kind of like my creamy, mid-rangey stuff. Right? If I turn on the fat, it does this thing. Right? Could do the jazzy thing if I turn down my tone. And then I can also do kind of like so that's a fat switch. The bright switch, of course, does the bright thing. Right? And then the amp boost here is kind of like the MVP. This is like my overdrive pedal. I think in real life I would run an additional boost pedal going into the Fractal just to push this even more. I could also do the fat thing and the amp boost, and it does this. Right, so some pretty big different sounds here. I can get 4 different sounds, just the regular one, and then each one of these 3 engaged, or all of them. Here is my Deluxe Reverb. If I engage this bright switch, it's kind of like the vibrato channel. Whatever that is. All right, here's the fat switch. It doesn't get quite as meaty as the Dumble, which is fine. And then here's the amp boost. Which is like my overdrive pedal for this, and then with the fat, it does a cool. Right? When I go over to my Morgan which is kind of like my Voxy thing. I leave the bright on because it does a cool thing. So this is what that sounds like. All right. If I turn this off and I go over with the fat switch, it sounds like a totally different amp. And all of this sounds better when I'm in tune, I promise. All right. Close enough. All right, let's see here. Okay, now let me show you with the amp boost. So here's without it. And now here's with it. All right. This is with the boost and the fat. So again, kind of like a medium overdrive. Friedman. This is my Marshall-y thing, so this is with everything off. Here's with the fat on. The bright switch, that's kind of like that brittly kind of harsh Marshall thing. Right? And then the amp boost, of course, is the MVP here. Fat. So those are the amp sounds and the kind of the control switches. Here's some other scenes. This is a tremolo with the Fender and a spring reverb. And then, of course, these all work here. All right, here's a dotted eighth thing, which sounds cool with the bright on. Right? Class A ambience. This is kind of like my Morgan big, huge ambience thing. I'll turn the bright on for that. Dig it. And of course, I have my pitch modulation, which is kind of like a 90s chorus thing, where I'm bypassing the amp and the cab. Ideally, I would run a compressor before and after, but I don't have enough juice on this thing. I'm spoiled with the XFX3. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments. I'm going to share this. It's all stock presets and stock cabs, so you'll be able to download it, and hopefully it'll sound the same way on your unit as it sounds in mine. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.